Welcome to Discovering. I'm back in the Hiawatha National Forest. This time we're checking out Grand Island.
So some of the things people like to do here on Grand Island are obviously camping, there's hiking, biking, and kayaking.
We'll check out a new Veterans Fishing Derby and take a look at the new Great Lakes record Chinook salmon. Stick around, that's all tonight right here on Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak, surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
Jump in a boat, paddle your kayak, or just hop on the ferry and make the quick half-mile trip to Grand Island. It's a great place for sightseeing, hiking, biking, kayaking, and camping. I went there to check it out for some future camping possibilities and got a tour of the island.
So welcome to Grand Island National Recreation Area. The Forest Service acquired Grand Island in 1990, and it has been developed into what a wonderful place we have here today. The island is approximately 8 miles long, 5 miles wide. There is a rim trail that goes around the island. It's approximately 20 miles long. It generally takes a couple days to do that, but if you're really set on doing it in one day, it can be done in one day. The island itself is approximately 22 square miles in size, a little over 13,000 acres. Some of the facilities we have out here, we have 19 individual campsites. We have 2 group campsites. Along with our campsites, we also have day use areas that people can come out and enjoy. All right, here we are at Murray Bay Day Use Site. This is a pretty popular area for people who want to come out here and just spend the day out here and not really too much camping. There's a fire pit, there's a grill, a large grill, and plenty of picnic tables, plenty of seating. You can also access this area by boat. However, you do need to stop in our office there in Munising to get a boat permit, and that is $40 a year, but that is good all year long, and that covers your day use fee. We are at the Murray Bay group site. There's one of 2 group sites on Grand Island. The other one is Juniper Flats group site. It's on the west side of the island. This site will accommodate up to 25 people. There's 5 tent pads. And then just down off to my right, there's 2 individual sites, Loon Call and Bermuda sites. So here we are at Trout Bay, and in Trout Bay we have 4 campsites. And 2 day use areas, 2 sites and 1 day use area on the west side and the east side of Trout Bay, as well as we have wood boxes at both ends. Forest Service folks provide wood. We do ask that you use it sparingly and use only what you need. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to make the rounds and fill up all of these boxes, as well as vault toilets, again, at either side of Trout Bay, the east side or the west side. So here we're at Duck Lake, and we're at the observation deck right now, as well as it also has a campsite that's available. Just about 100 feet down the road is the entrance into our campsite, and has the same amenities as the rest of them, as far as wilderness toilet and a bear locker / bear pole, as well as opportunities to fish in the lake. It's got a population of northern pike and smallmouth bass and some panfish. So you can come out and try your luck at that. Just please remember that Department of Natural Resource regulations do apply here, so you need to have a fishing license if you're over 16. This is our Muskrat Point campsite. This is a boat-in site as part of our Hiawatha Water Trail. You can also hike in here, but there is no established trail. There's an old road system that the islanders used to use years ago. However, 4 years ago, we had part of that road system collapse over on Trout Bay, so it's inaccessible by vehicle now. Once you get past that point over in Trout Bay, it's walk-in only, or as I said, boat-in. 15 feet from that pole is generally your limit of how far outside of the site you can set your camp, set up your tent. And the reason for that is simply to keep it as primitive as possible and keep people from opening up the campground and kind of spreading out. Sites on Grand Island are equipped with a storage locker and or a bear pole to secure your food. There is a population of black bears on Grand Island. It is a small population, but nonetheless, these are provided for camper safety, and you are required actually by regulation to store all your food items and any other scented items, to include things like toothpaste, chapstick, in the locker there or on a bear pole in a food bag. Yeah, come out and enjoy an incredibly peaceful spot. You're going to be able to enjoy sunshine all day, magnificent sunsets, and really just be able to enjoy your time on Grand Island here. So this is another one of our boat-in only sites. This is Cobble Cove, and this is again one of 3 boat-in sites we have. You can also walk to this site as well, but there's not a Forest Service system trail that gets you here. There are other user-developed trails, but the most popular way to get here is by boat. If you do come up here and you do plan on spending time here, it's always a caution to you to check ahead, check weather conditions, and see what's going to be coming overnight and the next day and for your time out here, because wind conditions can shift pretty fast. And if you're out here on a kayak, you can get stranded out here, and it has happened. So just definitely due diligence and be cautious in your planning, and come out and enjoy Cobble Cove.
Muskrat and Cobble Cove are 2 of the 3 boat-in sites on the island that are first come, first serve. Sites that cannot be reserved in advance. If you get to one of these sites and it's occupied by a visitor when you arrive, you'll need to continue on to find another designated site. All other sites are by reservation only and can be reserved online by visiting recreation.gov or by calling recreation.gov. Sites can be reserved from just prior to Memorial Day through Columbus Day.
Just a couple of quick rules about visiting Grand Island. We ask that any campfires that you have, you use only a Forest Service provided fire ring. There are no fires allowed outside of those fire rings. Also, please do not have any campfires on the beach. They are not allowed on the beach. There's 4 locations where you can get water before you head out onto the island, as well as there is bottled water available at the ferry service before you come over. One thing we like to have people keep in mind is there is nothing available once you get on Grand Island. There are no sales of any kind on Grand Island as far as whether you need bug spray or food or water or anything like that. We ask that you plan ahead and ensure that you have all of that stuff, all of those items that you believe you'll need for your stay here before you head over. There are opportunities to come out here. If you want to come out here for just a day and you want to kayak or boat out here, you can land at our day use areas. However, if you use a motored boat, you need to purchase the $40 permit at our office there in Munising. Or if you kayak over here, we ask that you come to one of these fee stations you see behind me and use the fee box here to pay the day use fee of $5. If you are staying the night and at a campsite where wood has not been provided, you are allowed to go out and gather dead and down wood. And we ask you to please do not chop down any living trees. That's a pretty serious offense on the Forest Service here and anywhere you go on any national forest. So we ask that you stick strictly to dead and down wood. The ferry service is operated by a private concessionaire in conjunction and cooperation with the Forest Service. And during peak hours in the summertime, that ferry runs from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night, every hour on the hour. So if you are planning to get off by the end of the day, please be here by 6 o'clock. That's the last opportunity to get off of the island for the evening. Several rental services are available from Grand Island Ferry Service, where you can rent kayaks, you can rent bikes, you can even get wheeled carts if you have a lot of extra stuff that you feel you need to bring out here to enjoy your day. They also offer a bus tour, so we ask that you please call ahead, call the Grand Island Ferry Service.
Before we leave Grand Island behind, here's a look at some of the other camping opportunities and a glimpse of its unique scenery. Last month, various local volunteers and businesses came together to host the first annual Bay Area Veterans Fishing Derby in Escanaba. I stopped in at the end of the day to see how it went.
I decided that I wanted to do something here locally within the Bay Area to have a Veterans Fishing Derby where veterans could participate and go out on local boaters, boats, catch fish, come back, get food, and then get prizes. And all they had to do was show up. And it would be the community's way to show our appreciation for their service to our country. And I thought we did that successfully today. And we had a lot of boaters, local boaters, who stepped up to the plate. And we had dozens of veterans who went out and enjoyed the day, caught a lot of fish, Some boats caught more fish than others, but I think everyone had a great time. You saw the joy that was out here and the thankfulness of what we did for them. I myself have served 20 years in the Marine Corps, and I think it's important that we spend time out to just give back to our citizens who've served our nation. We had approximately 15 boaters and 37 veterans who were a part of this tournament, or this derby. It's a derby, not a tournament. Various businesses donated, individuals donated. It was the city of Escanaba was very helpful. We were able to, the veteran service officer for Delta County aided it and assisted us. And I think it's something that we will continue to do. It received a lot of support, and I think it'll only get better in time.
This was something that we were proud to be able to do and happy that we could contribute to these guys to give something back. Had a good time out there today. The fish didn't really cooperate as we would have liked, but everybody still had fun, and looking forward to doing it next year.
Living here on Bay de Noc, Little Bay de Noc, on the shores of it, we are blessed with a world-class fishery. And so looking at that, we decided to use this area as a fishing opportunity for our veterans to go out with our boaters. Little Bay de Noc and Big Bay de Noc are outstanding fisheries, and they make it really easy for us to get into some really great fishing areas. So if you're a boater and you think that you might want to participate in this in the future and assist our local heroes in a great day of fishing and fun, contact us. We'll get you registered, and we'll make it happen. It'll involve a day of going out with the veterans, fish all morning. Then around noon time, we'll meet together at some location. We'll eat lunch, and then we're going to give out various raffle prizes to the vets. The boaters are also going to eat with us, and it's a great community event. We had a great event today. The turnout was excellent. We had almost every veteran showed up here to participate, and it was a lot of fun.
Just shy of a year ago, the 44-year-old record for Chinook salmon was broken on Lake Michigan near Ludington. The new record fish weighed in at a whopping 47.86 pounds and measured 47.5 inches long. The monster Chinook made a trip to the UP, to North Country Legends Taxidermy in Escanaba. I stopped in for a look.
We traveled all day long just to get to Ludington, and I only got like 3 hours of sleep. So when we got to the boat, I was sleeping, and my mother and sister insisted that the first fish, I was supposed to catch it. And so they woke me up. I was in terrible, I was sleepy, and they were like, "Come on, pull, pull, pull." So I was fighting with the fish. After half an hour, 40 minutes, the captain was screaming, yelling, "Oh my God, it's huge, it's huge." My mom was also screaming. They managed to pull it in the boat, and they're like, "Come on, pictures, pictures, pictures." And they wanted me to hold it, so I'm like, "I cannot hold it, it's slimy, it's huge." So my mother and sister helped me carry it. Then the captain was like, "Oh, this is a monster, we gotta weight it. This is a record. We gotta take it to an official shop, call the DNR, call everyone." So after 2 hours, the radio started to arrive, the TV started to arrive, the DNR arrived, and they handed me a huge pile of papers, and they're like, "Start signing." So I was in the shop signing over and over, and yeah, it's a state record. And they interviewed me. We tried to go for dinner, and they called me to interview me in the middle of dinner. A lot of people in Ludington were like, "Oh, congratulations, an amazing community." It was just a very hectic day, but it was amazing. After many years of my mother insisting on going salmon fishing with me, I finally agreed, and this was my first fish. First salmon fish. I wanted to thank also the captain. He worked real hard. His name is Bobby Sullivan. He was always there with us. He's been a friend of the family all these years. And he's chartered the Icebreakers. Amazing experiences. My mother goes there every year, and she's always happy. And he was the one who pulled this monster out of the sea. Or the lakes, actually.
Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to check out 906outdoors.com, where you'll find the 906 Fishing Report, TV6 weather, shopping, and more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week right here on Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.